Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Aqil bin TAUFFIK. Matrix number 823A1839. Today I want to present about executive summary. The case study highlights the issue of customer who settle murabahah tawarruk financing early and request a full rebate of unrealized profit, while the bank only offers selective rebates. Based on the FIQ maxim, deferment is part of the price. The deferred price in murabahah includes time-based compensation, meaning that early payment reduce the deferred component and should adjust the profit accordingly. Partial rebates may lead to unjust enrichment of the bank, conflicting with principle such as al-darar yuzal, harm must be removed, and al-umur bimaqasidihah, matters judged by intention, which require
Assalamualaikum, my name is NURFAQIHAH. First, I will discuss the case facts. In this case, the bank sell an asset to the customer under a murabahah or tawarruk contracts. The sale is made at a deferred price, which already include the bank profit margin. This deferred price is higher than the cash price because it's considered the payment period, for example 5 years. The customer agrees to pay in monthly installment throughout this period. However, later on, the customer decide to make an early settlement, meaning they want to pay off the full amount before the financing term ends. Okay, next, rebates, which is a broad issue. Upon early settlement, the customer is eligible for a rebate, which is a broad on the unearned profits. However, the bank internal policy only grant a partial rebate, not a full one. This create a dispute regarding fairness and Sharia compliance.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am NURUL ALIA NAJWA binti AZMI. My matric number 823A1878. Now, I will briefly explain the stakeholders involved in the IPRA or rebate process in Islamic financings. First, the customers who sign a murabahah or tawarruk contract and usually aims to settle early to reduce the total payments. Second, the Islamic bank, which determines the rebate amount. The bank must ensure fairness and transparency while still protecting its profitability. Third, the Shariah Committee, which review and approve the bank's IPRA policy to make sure it follows Shariah principle and establish legal maxims. Fourth, the regulators such as Bank Negara Malaysia, they issue guidelines and ruling to ensure consistency and fairness in rebate practice across Islamic financial institutions. And finally, the Operation and Legal Department, which calculates the rebate, prepares the required documents, and ensure full Sharia compliance during implementation. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum, my name is NABILA. So, in my part, I will continue with Sharia issue and risk. So, when a customer pays early in a murabahah contract, the bank must give a rebate for 3 key reasons. So, first, the selling price includes time-based profit. So, if the customer settled earlier, the bank cannot take profit for a period that no longer exists. For the second is, refusing a rebate causes harm and leads to unfair gain, which goes against the Islamic principle of justice and preventing harm. Third, unclear or discretionary rebate terms create uncertainty, which is coral in the contract, which is not allowed in Islamic law. Therefore, a clear and fair rebate is necessary to avoid riba, ensure justice, and maintain transparent documentations.
In this point, we look at the regulatory requirements set by Bank Negara Malaysia. According to the 2013 Guidelines on IBRA or rebate, for sale-based financing, Islamic banks must automatically give a rebate when customers make yearly settlement. The bank must also clearly explain how this rebate is.
In murabahah and tawarruk financing, the issue of rebate or IBRA happen when a customer settle yearly. To check Sharia compliance, we apply 3 important maxims. First, li ajali kistu mina al-taman. Deferment is part of the price. Since murabahah profit include the defer period, paying early means part of that profit is no longer valid. Keeping the full profit may lead to riba, so the bank must reduce the price fairly. Second, al-dara user. Harm must be removed. An unfair or very small rebate cause loss to the customer and give the bank unreasonable gain. This goes against justice and the objective of Sharia, so a fair rebate is required. Third, al-yakin la yazulu bil ashak. Certainty is not removed by doubt. Rebate terms must be clearly stated in the contract to avoid gharar and future disputes.
Assalamualaikum, my name is BINTI RAMLI. My part in this section. Firstly, أجل كنت من أعتمد that the selling price include a time element. Therefore, if customer pay yearly, that agree the bank shall not take be full different profit. The unearned portion must be negated and the customer is tied to IBRA. Second, other user. That harm must be eliminated. Refusing IBRA cause injustice because the bank would be taking profit has not actually earned. Granting IBRA remove harm, avoid element of riba and maintain ethical financial practice. Third, al-umur bin maqasid. That transaction are judged by their intention. The intention of murabah is guide trade with no cost and profit, not earning money simply through the passage of time, keeping unearned profit reasonable riba nasiah. For the reason SSC, BNN and AOIF classify IBRA as contractual requirement.
I will explain the remedial action related to IBRA and how it is applied fairly in Islamic finance. The main idea is that the way we give IBRA must follow the reason the contract end in order to maintain fairness, which is adlu, and avoid any form of injustice, which is zulm. There are two scenarios, which is the first is when the customer settle voluntarily. This follow the principle al-umur bil maqasidah, which is the meaning is matters are determined by intention. Here, the customer choose to repay the financing early than scheduled. In this case, the bank only need to refund the unearned profit because the early payment came from the customer's own intention, not because of any action by the bank. And second, when the bank takes the initiative to settle. This usually happen due to internal policies, restructuring, or decision made by the bank itself. Since Islamic banks are not allowed to profit from their own action, all unearned profit must be refunded to the customer, and sometimes compensation may also be given. So in summary, the purpose of this remedial action is to ensure fairness to both parties and to make sure no injustice occurs in the settlement process. Now I will explain the remedial.
Police control, those all Islamic financial institutions in Malaysia not comply with the relevant regulations. There are still inconsistencies among them in terms of both disclosures, method and branch implementations, which leads to insufficient understanding of rebate rights by customer. Therefore, the police should clearly state: first, customer have the right to receive IBRA, and IBRA are calculated based on unrealized profit. Thirdly, IBRA are contractions and obligations and random that given in good fail. The calculation method must be specified in the contract and product manual and explained to the customer before signing the contract. At the same time, bank can request customer to sign confirmations form, and the branch should keep the records and to ensure transparency and comply.
Last reflection. Even though IBRA is meant to promote fairness and avoid harm, there are still challenges in real practice. Staff may understand the rules differently, documents may not match, and procedures are not always consistent, which can create uncertainty and Sharia risk. System problems like wrong data or delay can also cause mistake in rebate completion. Sometimes customer may feel the rebate is still unfair, even it is technically Sharia compliant, which can affect the bank's reputation. It is also difficult for operation team to calculate net profit perfectly according to Sharia standard. Overall, IBRA still has leftover risk, so bank need continuous monitoring, well-trained staff, and better system support to meet true Sharia goal. That's all for my group. Thank you.